Hey YouTube, this video I'm going to show you an old school configuration of Spydercos, talking about the combination of a fully serrated blade with the Spyder-Edge serrations combined with a stainless steel handle. Yeah, this was, well, the first Spyderco Police came out in 1984. Alright, so this is an old school configuration, and I think it's overlooked. I think it can still be useful. There's many benefits to this configuration even today. It might not be trendy anymore, but it works for me in many situations. Alright, starting on the right corner we have the Spyderco Dragonfly, then the Delica, then the Endura, it's the Endura 4, the Police 3, and the Spyderco Harpy. Alright, let's give a little strafing run, a little close-up of these blades. Boom, here we go. Dragonfly, and excellent cutting power. For such a short blade length, excellent cutting power. The Delica, look at those vicious, aggressive Spyder-Edge serrations. The Endura, look at the blade on the Police. Something about having them all lined up like that, it makes the collector part of me smile to have a complete collection of those. All right, and the Harpy, you all know that's one of my favorite blades. Now with serrations, a lot of times people are afraid that the serrations will get hung up. They're afraid it might make the cut, less smooth, or they might get snagged. But I can tell you with Spyderco serration, that's not going to be a problem, because these are done so well and they come so sharp. It's going to go through, it's going to go through cordage just as well as a razor sharp plain edge would. I've sliced through many things with this, and I can tell you it's going to perform pretty much in almost all circumstances. It's going to perform just as well as your plain edge. The only drawback is that, it's going to be more difficult to sharpen if you're not used to it. But these serrations are made to fit the Spyderco Sharp Maker. Alright, so yeah, there are some drawbacks, but it's not in the performance. It's just you might not be used to sharpening it. But there's also another benefit. If you have a dull knife that's a plain edge, it's almost useless. But if you have a dull knife that's serrated, it's not going to slice good, but you can still get cutting power by doing a sawing motion. As long as the serrations still have points, it is of some use. Alright, so benefits and drawbacks. Alright, let me show you these individually really quick. Alright, let me start with the big guy, the Spyderco Police 3. In this configuration, the blade length is 4.1 inches. I am going to do a full review of this. Alright, so here I'm just going to show it, not going to go into super detail. But look at the serrations plus the hollow grind, plus that swedge, and just how the point that it comes to. I mean, this is really a winning blade design as far as I'm concerned. And I did put grip tape on it, because otherwise, it is slippery on this side too, just to give me better grip. And then I have the yellow in here in case I have to do some cutting like that. But mainly, wow, I mean, I just really like that blade design. And the Endura 4 fully serrated stainless steel. I've done cutting demos with this. It took out bottles. I did it with this and with the Police 3. It sliced through just as well as a plain edge would. And that's basically a pocket chainsaw. Pocket chainsaw for you with an extra strong handle, lock back. But I mean, this is just it's classic, it's old school, but like I said, still has many benefits to this design. Alright, I couldn't do a review of this without doing at least one spider drop. So there was your spider drop of the Endura. Basically a timeless classic. Alright, here is the Delica, blade length slightly under 3 inches, kind of like a bigger Dragonfly. And again with the Spyder-Edge, freaking beautiful. Alright, stainless steel handle. It might be a little heavier, you know, than the other handle types, but it has unparalleled strength. I mean, you could see, it's solid metal. It's definitely not going to break at the pivot screw, which an FRN, you know, if you did put it under some abuse, an FRN handle would break about right there under sufficient force. This can take a lot more abuse if you're willing to carry the weight, and the blade is awesome. Okay, let's look at the smallest one now. The Dragonfly, fully serrated, full flat ground Dragonfly. Oh, by the way, I am getting over a sore throat, so if my voice sounds a little different, it's because I've been, you know, on cough drops. But very handy little keychain knife. I've already done a review of this, but this gives you so much cutting power for such a short blade length, and also just looks awesome. And the benefit of the serrations, you know, the Spyder-Edge is sharp enough to slice through basically as good as a plain edge. Hold on, focus. But the serrations also give you the option of a sawing motion, and that's why I like it as a keychain knife. And the Spyderco Harpy, famous knife, old school. I still say for this blade length, this is the most dangerous and effective blade shape for such a short length of folder. Highly recommended. I've shown it many times. You see I have the hazard pattern on it. Yeah, hazardous for the bad guy, I'll tell you that. But beautiful blade. Alright, YouTube, that's 3 of a kind. That's 3 jokers right there. I hope you enjoyed this little show and tell of my stainless steel handle, fully serrated Spydercos. And, you know, maybe you saw one that could be of use to you in your daily tasks, utility, or whatever you use your blades for. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out.